Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Last time, before pandemic, we have Dhamma talk once a week. We also have Viññattivinicchayakathā discussion once a week. But because of pandemic, we stop all of these. Then now we are discussing about Sansutta and Dhammavara story. But some also request to have some Viññattivinicchayakathā discussions. Is it? Viññattivinicchayakathā discussions. Last time we have the discussion, Viññattivinicchayakathā discussion from Vinayasaṅgaha-aṭṭhakathā commentary. You see here? Divāseyyavinicchayakathā, Parikkhāravinicchayakathā, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Altogether, 34 chapters in the Vinayasaṅgaha-aṭṭhakathā, Vinayasaṅgaha commentary book. Actually, most of the chapter already finished in discussion. But now, but still need to explain many chapters. Many chapters are still remaining to explain from this book. But now, the last chapter, Bhagavad chapter, okay, so briefly, you see, number 1, Divāseyyavinicchayakathā. When bhikkhu are sleeping at daytime, then how they should sleep in, they should, for example, they should close the door. They cannot sleep without with open door, etc. Is it? Such kinds of decisions are there. Parikkhāravinicchayakathā, number 2 chapter, you see. Parikkhāravinicchayakathā. Regarding Parikhāra, Samana Parikhāra, like the Cīvara, etc. No? Cīvara, etc. Not only Cīvara, also many the other small things, like walking stick, like the borders for wall, etc. Many things inside this chapter. But we didn't explain this chapter yet. Then number 3, Bhesajjādikaraṇavinicchayakathā, making the medicines. How to make the medicines for whom? For example, for 5 fellows. The Buddha allowed the bhikkhu to make the medicine for 5 fellows. Bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, Sikhamana, Samnera, Samneri, etc. Then including their parents. Not for the other layperson, etc. Is it? Then number 3, Viññattivinicchayakathā chapter. Then asking from others. For example, they ask something from the other. What are allowed? Who are allowed? to ask something like this. How to ask this chapter? Is it? Number 5 chapter. Kulasaṅgahavinicchayakathā. Kulasaṅgaha is like Kuladusaka. Kulasaṅgahavinicchayakathā, who should be given. What should be given to those to whom, something like this. Is it? Kulasaṅgaha chapter. Then it's explained in this chapter. They collect evidence there. Then number 6, Macchamaṃsavinicchayakathā. Macchamaṃsa, then fish and meat are allowed or not, or something like this. Okay? Then it collect in this chapter. Number 7, Anāmāsavinicchayakathā. Untouchable things. Bhikkhu cannot touch such kinds of things. What are they? For example, like women, gold, jewelry, raw rice, etc. Is it? They collect in this chapter, Anāmāsavinicchayakathā. Then if we discuss this chapter, then you will understand what are allowed to be touched by bhikkhus. Okay? What are not allowed, etc. Then number 8, Adhiṭṭhānavikappanavinicchayakathā. Adhiṭṭhāna, for bhikkhu, Adhiṭṭhāna and Vikappana, determination. Iman, Cīvara, Iman, Sangha, Adhiṭṭhāmi, etc. Iman, Paṭṭa, Adhiṭṭhāmi, etc. Then when we discuss this chapter, then you will understand how to do Adhiṭṭhāna and Vikappana. When you receive the requisites, especially Cīvara and Paṭṭa, rope and bold, okay? Then I don't know, I forget already this one, we already discussed this chapter before or not. The number 9, Cīvaravippavāsavinicchayakathā. Then you have determined the 3 set of rope. All the time, you should keep the 3 set of rope within doing Hakkyupat together with you, especially at the dawn times. Then when you stay away from the 3 set of rope, then you are stayed away from the 3 set of rope. Then what will happen? Then will be Nisekya, Pajjati. They should be relinquished and say Apatidisana, etc. Is it? Cīvaravippavāsa. Then it collect in this chapter. Number 10. Bhaṇḍapaṭisāmanavinicchayakathā, how to keep your properties, your things. 11. How to keep your bow, etc. Sorry. Subhuti is very interested to read Pali, is it? Then Kayavikkayasamāpattivinicchayakathā. Buying and selling. Buying and selling the properties of bhikkhus. Exchanging, etc. Is it? Then here they collect in this chapter. Then, for example, bhikkhu can exchange rope to rope within the 5 fellows. But if they exchange with the lay person, it is considered like buying and selling, something like this. They are not allowed. But if you wish to do this, how should you do properly in accordance with the Vinaya, etc. It is explained in this chapter. This is we already discussed before or not. Maybe Usu will define this. Later, if we have time, we may. Then 12, Rūpiyādipaṭiggahaṇavinicchayakathā. When they offer the money requisites, is it? how to accept properly and according to the Viññaya, and according to the Viññaya. Then when we discuss this chapter, then you will understand. And then this one we already discussed before. Then 13, Dānalakkhaṇādivinicchayakathā, to give to Dānalakkhaṇādivinicchayakathā 70. Dānalakkhaṇā, Dānandi, Atano Sandakasa, Cīvaravippavāsavinicchayakathā, Sativiharikadisu, Yathakasati Dāna. You have your property, Cīvara, rope, etc. Then to whom should be given? Like your disciples or something like this. Is it? They are. This is the collection of giving the ropes to their disciples, etc. They collect in this chapter. Then 14, Pathavīkhaṇanavinicchayakathā. This one also in Viññaya, Pathavīkhaṇana, taking the earth. How to deck the earth with the Kappiyabhūmivinicchayakathā properly, etc. Is it? Then 15, Bhūtagāmavinicchayakathā. This one also from Pajjitabbavinicchayakathā, Bhūtagāmavaka, destroying the living plants, living plants, etc. Is it? They are still growing, people cannot destroy them. Then also some they have already learned Pajjitabbavinicchayakathā chapter in Bhikkhu Patimokha, or they understand. They also collect such kinds of explanation in this chapter. Then 16, Sahaseyyavinicchayakathā. This one is sleeping together with some laypersons, women, etc. Here, they collect here. Then 17, Mañcapīṭhādisaṅghikasenāsanesu, paṭipajjitabbavinicchayakathā. How should they do regarding, bed, chair, or Saṅghika property? How to use the Saṅghika property properly? Then they collect in this chapter. Then 18, Kālikavinicchayakathā. Kālika is a, Yava Kālika, Yama Kālika, Sataha Kālika, and Yava Jivaka. So 4 Kālika. The food. Food are allowed only before noon, after dawn. Like this. The Yama Kālika, the Jews are allowed only within the dawn to dawn, only just for 1 day. Within 1 day. Then Sataha Kālika, 7 days medicines, and Yava Jivaka, lifetime medicines. They collect here in this chapter. And then this one also we already discussed before. 19. 19, what is this? Kappiyabhūmivinicchayakathā, the suitable earth, ground, land, etc. Is it? I will explain here. Then 20, Parikkhāravinicchayakathā, how to accept properly the how to accept the food in accordance with the Viññaya here. Okay. Then 21, Pavāraṇāvinicchayakathā, invitations. Invitations here, and also rejecting the food when someone offers, then this is also considered as Pavāraṇā. Then 22, Vinayasaṅgaha-aṭṭhakathā, Then regarding ordination, the decision of ordinations here in this chapter. And then this one before pandemic, we are still discussing, even hasn't finished yet this chapter. Also very long chapter, is it? 23. Viññattivinicchayakathā. Viññattivinicchayakathā. You are living, especially you are junior, you are less than 5 vasa. You cannot recite Patimokha. You are not so skillful in Bhikkhu Vinaya rule yet. Then you should stay reliant on the one teachers, knowledgeable teachers, or something like this. Yeah. Viññattivinicchayakathā. And it also make the decision in this chapter. Then 24. Viññattivinicchayakathā. Oh, then they also collect everything about Sima in this chapter. Last time we already discussed or not, I don't know, I forget. Is it? Then when we explain, when we discuss this chapter, then you will understand Sima setting, removing, and what kinds of Sima are there. Oh, something like this. Is it? 25. You know, 25 says Uposatha Pavāraṇāvinicchayakathā. Oh, regarding Uposatha and Pavāraṇā. Oh, they collect here. When we explain this one, you will understand what kinds of Uposatha, how many kinds of Uposatha, and also Pavāraṇā, like this. Then 26, Vasupanayikavinicchayakathā, regarding entering Vasa. Then before entering Vasa, we just explained briefly this chapter. Within 1 hour, is it? Within 1 hour, we finish briefly. Then 26. Then 27, Vinayasaṅgaha-aṭṭhakathā, the duties for Vinayasaṅgaha. Then there are also duties for Vinayasaṅgaha. What kinds of duties are there? Not only Vinayasaṅgaha, also for the other teacher, also to the students, etc. All duties are here in this chapter. Then 28, Viññattivinicchayakathā, sharing the 4 requisites within the community or Sangha. Then this is also a very long chapter. Then when we discussed this chapter, then you will understand when you how to share the 4 requisites within the community or Sangha, belonging belong to the Sanghas, no? Sanghas properties. 29 is a Kathināthara-vinicchayakathā. Then, you know, the separating the Kathina ceremony, then how to do, how is the procedure of separating Kathina here. It is explained in this chapter. When we discuss this chapter in detail, then you will understand how to do Kathina ceremony in your own monastery, in your country later. Last time we already discussed this one briefly. Then 30, Garubhandha-vinicchayakathā. Garubhandha, you know, heavy bandhas, Garubhandha, heavy bandhas. Also, actually, Lahu bandha is here. What are Garubhandha and what are Lahu bandha? When we receive in the monastery, what are to be shared and what are not allowed to be shared? Something like this. In this chapter. Okay, 31. 31 is a Sāranādhivinicchayakathā. Who to be complained and who should not be complained. Okay, for example, someone is falling into parajika. Someone is falling into parajika, then bhikkhu know what will happen. You should not. You get parajika apatti. Cannot rightly say. Need to take permissions from this person, etc. Is it? Be careful the if you have nature or complaining. Cannot rightly say, is it? Even Sangha, this is apatti also. Then 32, Kayavikkayasamāpattivinicchayakathā. This one, when Kayavikkayasamāpatti is, there are two kinds of Kayavikkayasamāpatti. One is a Parajika. Paṭipajjitabbavinicchayakathā nama bhikkhu bhavasa paṭijjāgore. When they fall into Parajika, then how to do? Relinquish bhikkhu life. Then this is the apatti desna for Parajika. Then for Sangha, this is then taking Parivasa, Manata, how to take, etc. in this chapter. Is it? This one, Kayavikkayasamāpattivinicchayakathā. Then 33, Kamma-kamma-vinicchayakathā. Regarding small karma and big karma, many various kinds of karma. Is it Upasamara karma, Parivasa karma, etc. Many different kinds of karma are there. How to recite karma was also there in this chapter. 34 Pagainaka Vinaya. Then the commentary collected many things regarding Vinaya from original Pali and commentary briefly here with one book, chapter by chapter. Then there are also many small things from, for example, Mahavagga, Chulavagga, etc. Still hasn't explained in those chapters yet. Then he collect in the last chapter. For example, Nāsa bhikkhu abhinisarite pansukulaṅgahavinicchayakathā yokaniya apatti dukkatāsa. Usually dukkatāsa Tongle says are here. When you want to take the pansukula rope, pansukula Cīvara from dead body, if the dead body is still, still not decomposed yet, still like the still fresh yet, okay? Still fresh. Then cannot take the rope, clothes from this dead body. When there, the maggie or worms come out from the body, nobody want to take at the time can take. Is it? Why? Then the dead body will follow you. Because of this story, the Buddha also laid down this Vinaya rule, etc. Then Dukkata Apatti, etc. In this, the last chapter, mixed chapter, combination chapter. Many small things. For example, bhikkhu cannot open the door with the bow in hand, or etc. Is it? Bhikkhu cannot look in the mirror, or in the water, and cannot look at his face in the water. Something like this. All are here in this chapter. How to drive? Then what kinds of car are allowed to take? If women drive, can take or not here in this chapter. Okay, so they cannot keep. For example, Nabhekwe-tīkā-nakkha-dhāritava, 40 here. Nabhekwe-tīkā-nakkha-dhāritava, your dhāriya apatti dukkatasa, or etc. They cannot keep their fingernails long, very long. If they keep their fingernail, there will be dukkata apatti. That is why they need to cut their fingernail regularly, etc. Here, in this chapter. This one's a mixed chapter, the combination chapter. Yeah, but it's very long, many things inside. Here, you see? Many. If we explain, then how many pages are there? The last chapter. But all are very important things for Vinaya. So which chapter do you prefer? Okay.
Yeah, let's do the book cover to cover. We start fresh, cover to cover.
Then if we explain this one, then we cannot return to the Dhammavara or the other sutta. There is one.
You can do
Then later, because of pandemic, stop again. 100.
You say that you do the Saturday, you watch the video on YouTube, you do the Vinaya for us.
Yes, C conditions we for bhikkhu, then maybe alternately also possible. C conditions, okay? If we explain only Vinaya, also sometimes will be bored. Is it? Okay, no problem. Then this the last chapter, next chapter. We will start to explain the chapter in Vinayasaṅgaha commentary later. Sukhi hotu, Nibbana Pisya hotu. Sadhu Anumodami. Sadhu Anumoditabbaṃ. Mañcapīṭhādisaṅghikasenāsanesu Sukhi hotu, Nibbana Pisya hotu.